I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but, well, the sitting inquest into my courtroom.
Ha! A judicial assistant? And a woman, no less. The rule states that females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify. God damn. Yes, I fully understand. I only ask for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. Ha! You're too late, little girl. This court has already been concluded. This trial has already been concluded.
How old is she? She's 16. Oh fuck, I can't ship them now. She's 16, I can't ship it.
Ah, you're too late, little girl. The trial has already been concluded.
5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more.
But, Your Excellency,
I am most grateful. Who exactly are you?
I'm sorry, there's no time. Please simply accept this for now.
What is it? A report about something written in English.
It's Giselle Brett's research.
The Englishwoman's?
After the trial resumed early, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper.
Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was sitting under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case?
I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself.
Oh, no, of course not. Bitch, who are you? Special characteristics of curare and its effects on human subjects. Interesting. Curare? What's that? I've never heard of that word before.
Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it.
This is wonderful, thank you.
Goodbye, then, and good luck.
Poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. Oh, well, there you go. Wasn't made in Japan. It's not. Instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. Through a wound such as the afflicted blowpipe dart. So it occurs when it enters through a wound. Thank you, Square, for the sub. 37 months in a row. My God. Oh my God, she's so pretty. You have long enough. You had long enough, counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. I ask the prosecutor and defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but...
The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency.
Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. Please.
That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior.
Well, Miss Brett?
Yes, Your Excellency.
If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer.
It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I have to politely decline.
Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realized it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order.
I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense.
Well, I don't give a shit, bitch. The English language makes no fucking sense either, so suck a cock. So, counsel, what is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? Well, it's my collar pin, actually. Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at UMA University, doing research. Research by sheer coincidence, perhaps, into a deadly poison.
What? Poison? What are you going on with this, Council?
A taxanoa's cure, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
What complete and utter nonsense? Cure, you say?
I've never even heard of it. You wouldn't have done. Wait, what? What is it? You wouldn't have done? I don't think that word needs to be there. Is that just me? I don't think done needs to be there. I mean that you wouldn't have heard of the cure before for one very simple reason. Someone made an error, oopsie daisy. I like when I have the same issue with my games. I just accidentally put an extra word that's not supposed to be there, or I simply forget a word. And like I scramble to add it after I see like a video on my stuff. I'm like, oh shit. Oh look, the judge actually has a brain cell this time. It doesn't exist in this country. It doesn't exist. Correct, which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they never identify Curie. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of highly deadly poison.
What?
Order, order!
Council, does this deadly poison truly exist?
According to this report, authored by the visiting research student from England, Curie has long been used by the tribes people of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists.
To lace their arrows?
Told you not all poisons can be found in your local shopping mall. They can be easily found in South America in the jungle. Yeah, deep in the Amazon and jungle. That's where you will find Curie. And it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with Curie will suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection!
Trumpery! Oh, don't mention that. I'm getting fucking PTSD just the first fucking 5 letters. These aspirations are utter trumpery.
To start with, if the victim had been administered some of the so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain. The other diners would have surely noticed.
Well, that's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Well, no, it doesn't. It actually paralyzes them. So that's what the report says. Maybe you want to fucking read it. Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way around.
What do you mean, the other way around?
The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible sign of distress is evidence that Curie was used.
Explain yourself, Counsel.
The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. And if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all his strength and his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Cosimo. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. Well, minutes after. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. Respiration. In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to. Oh, that fucking sucks. That is brutal, dude.
That's hideous.
To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was sleeping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly Curie poison.
How do you like that, Miss Brat? Bitch. And you're suggesting that this bottle, Council, actually contains this terrifying poison?
Objection!
This is all very convenient, isn't it? The hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense.
God, I'm getting like hot in this.
If I may. All these facts you think you're so clever, but you must be taught. Shut up!
You fucking bitch.
It is you who must be taught. Oh, of course. Sorry. Oopsie.
God, it's hot in this thing. I need to remove it. I can't get out of it. Help. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Of course. Thank you, lady. Whew. So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? What? You steal another's honest hard work and then announce results as if you discovered them. I wasn't doing that at all, bitch. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. What are you trying to fucking say, dude? Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime, that really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree?
Objection!
Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea is some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire Japan is breaking the rules. What's so funny? Oh, excuse me. Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brett.
May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please?
Yes, I don't see why not. She's gonna drink it. It wasn't in the water, you bitch.
Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys.
Damn. Sorry?
To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. You load of police schemes and these foolish courtman antics. It's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers!
Wait, what are you doing?
No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair.
Well, that big weird. We already knew that was gonna happen, though. Why am I surprised?
Goodness. Whatever's the matter? You all look quite stunned.
So, no cure. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying?
You look quite inquirious, little boy, but of course. That's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency.
Oh, yes, Miss Brett.
I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've gotten more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries.
Oh, yes, dear lady. We are most gratified that with all this assistance you have given.
This doesn't make sense. There had to be poison in that bottle. So how did she swallow a whole glass and living to tell the tale? I don't understand it.
Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to be poison in that bottle. Doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Come on, Ryunosuke, we have all the clues now. That bottle of water. Now that I think about it, I thought she put poison on like the thingy, right? I think maybe. I want to think she put poison on like where he got the burn, because the poison could have entered the wound right then and there. But because he got his teeth removed, the poison could have went through there when he drank it. So I defense refuses to change its position. You're serious?
Objection!
She doesn't have a wound in her mouth, so it probably wouldn't work. Fool, are you blind? There's no possible way that bottle could have contained poison. I mean, we just saw Miss Brett drinking the water from it. That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. And I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? How exactly, sorry. I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer's in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be. Very well, if the defense truly intends to assert this claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the widow was able to consume this bottle of supposedly poisoned water unscathed? You see, through a wound. I don't know how that fucking works. I don't know how it can only go through a wound, but okay.
Yes.
I seriously, how is it only effective when it goes through a wound? It goes into your fucking. You drank it. I don't know. The answers to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Objection!
That's not a valid explanation, no? After all, we don't speak English. The report is utter gibberish. She is the poison, Your Honor. Check her blood. I can stab her right now. She'll leak fucking poison right then and there. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honestly. I'm just reading Sasato-san's notes. I concur that this report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the pertinent section counsel. You've been hearing a lot about this curare poison. There's also many poisons that can cause great paralysis and many poisons that can cause great agonizing pain. I saw what you did there, sour cream. That's great. It's left me curious about something. Oh, counsel? Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use those laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Goodness gracious, counsel, no, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum. In this research paper here, under special characteristics, it says the poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, that mention of particular details seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When curare enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, You authored this research. You knew Curie's special characteristics, and you knew that you can make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. You meddling little... Oh! Rapscallion! God damn, the bird fucking the bird! Yeah, it's a blood toxin, yep. Ryunosuke, it turns out... Coco! You're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Thanks? Really? Me? A lawyer?
Objection!
Oh, this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. I fail to see how possibly... Shut up! So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. That you wrote, by the way. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Is it schoolboyish? Flaw? Even as your brain has managed to deduce Curie is safe to ingest, it seems like that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus. It holds back Kazumi from fighting Miss Brand and her fucking bird, please. Oh, yes, well, of course, gastric suckers? What the fuck? So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? That's right. Goodness gracious. Well, remember, he got a tooth pulled. That's basic science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand. No? Order in the court. The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, this Curie poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. Oh, goddamn, you don't gotta put it that way.
Objection!
Ah, the music! Dun, dun. I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there was no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. As we now know that this poison is completely harmless and when ingested, why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the Curie?
Take that!
Oh, he's saying it with conviction, guys. I love the Garfield emote, oh my god. As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference? The toxic effects of the Curie are only felt when the poison enters through the body through an open wound. So for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound he might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Ah! Whoa! Miss Bratz, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. You used that knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she? That should be like guilty already, you know?
Laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are all so puerile. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. Oh, no. What the fuck is she doing? Bridge? Where the fuck did she go? Oh, fuck, bitch. You see, when you leave the vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No! I mean, it could just slip. How is this not illegal? Oh, dear! How careless of me. How is that not fucking legal? Hi, Dad! How is that Arrest her right now! What more evidence do you need? I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. This just makes you feel guilty, bitch. What the fuck? No! What is this? What just happened? It's the Englishwoman. She just smashed that bottle. And the Supreme Court with a terrible blunder. She fucking did that on purpose. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from that broken bottle as possible at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we, if there was really poison in that bottle or not. Holds back the chat from fighting. Chat holds back Mr. Lin from fighting Miss Brad. I think the entire chat wants to fight this bitch. Gotta hold all of us back, man. Somebody's gonna have to hold us back. You. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady. That's right, and really, looking at this photograph, look at this photograph. It's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting up with his back to me. So, of course, the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
No, you killed the victim that day, using curare. And then in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime. You waited until he picked up the pistol you had arranged for him to find on the floor before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then in the Nickelback reference. Then in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor in his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit the crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. How come he's a young man, but I'm a boy? A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly. And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution's stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. J.H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Ouchie, you simp! He is a simp. Delivered in cold blood by the accused Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Ugh. It's unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now... Is she really going to get away with it? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene. How has she not been arrested? Ryunosuke, yes, you've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What? What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So that if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. In my head. You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend on. Well, yeah, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. So think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day, and everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell.
What I saw, what I felt. Every color, focusing on the stake. Oh, shit. Is Cosmo right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head, could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? That's probably ketchup. Ketchup, bitch. Actually, Cosmo, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke?
Come on then, let's swipe the smug smile off that Englishwoman's face with some evidence.
Who would click me? Who would click there is nothing? Who? Show me, I will fight them. Just someone who might see what happens. Alright, I can't wait. It's been niggling me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is, could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. So it's here somewhere. It's the bright red fucking splotch on the goddamn plate.
Take that!
Inspector Hasanaga, answer me this. Yes? What is it?
He's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. I mean, I would too. I would still be stuck on that. As you said a number of times, how you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder if, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime? Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day?
Objection!
Wait a minute. Where are you going with Where are you going with this, little boy?
It's just a memory that's been troubling me.
What's a memory?
I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a spattering of blood.
What?
Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have been when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything here. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Yeah. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies that the plate was between the victim and the shooter, which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite of the professor as you were. Giselle Brett.
I beg your pardon?
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Who said that? Oh, it's him. This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to.
Inspector, you mean? Yes, I took the plate in the interest of preserving evidence from the crime scene, or the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it.
You did what?
I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak in that the surgeon had been eating. He really took fucking everyone's food, dude.
And I did it all in the name of justice.
Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a blood stain in Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. Inspector?
The court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately.
Yes, sir. Sorry for the delay. Here's what you ordered. The steak. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't. Quickly inspected the blood, man! Show the court! There's no blood on there. I can't see it. Game of the play is your leisure. There's no blood. Fuck. No. No blood. No blood anywhere. But impossible! I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It looks more eaten though, doesn't it? Doesn't that look way more eaten? Maybe he just... it's not the right steak. I'm just hoping. Yeah, that's way more... that steak he's presenting now is way more eaten. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. Oh god, get your fucking bird out of here. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Oh my fucking god, lady. Just casual racism. Ugh. Tisk. Hey, Cartman. Delicious meal with a side of murder. Just couldn't agree more in the case of this disgrace to the Empire. I believe we may have finally reached the conclusion of this trial. Let's hope so. This pretend attempt at court proceedings is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. Ha! This sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine again, be my guest. What's the plate I saw? I thought I saw just a figment of my imagination. Yep, no, it's not even there, dude. No, it's a cow, obviously. It's a cow, obviously. Yeah, no, this was her plate. That's the issue. This was her plate. She couldn't, remember, Wilson couldn't eat, so she ordered the steak, but for whatever reason, it was on his side of the table. Oh! Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin, and the hallmark is from the Hoei era, I believe. No, I don't mean what it is. Is it? I mean, what is it doing here? It's the coin the guy lost. Wait, did you say it was a Hoei Koban? Yeah, and apart from the meat juices, it looks like to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. This isn't the first time that there's been talk of the Hoei Koban. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I never heard of a bullion and a bullion. And I don't think you ever will again. It's extraordinary. This means this is not her steak. This is now I've lost. Ryunosuke, it's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Huh? Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward. Never stop believing in something. Yeah. Believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should at least examine. I did examine already. I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. That blood stain was going to cinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? Your Excellency, please wait. The plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth.
The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak. Well, beefsteak's pretty good. Your Excellency, I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled.
I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it?
Thank you, Your Excellency. Now clearly show the court what you're alluding to.
Got it!
What do you mean? What? There's an what do you want me to do? I'm trying to turn it over and the game didn't let me do it. I have to do that first, fucking really, bitch. Really, bitch? I fucking just did this text already. And a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. I know you're thinking of using the coin, but next time I order steak at an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure, my head to it races. I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize. I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. Koban is coin underneath the steak. There's only one logical explanation for this.
Got it!
Look at this fucking coin. Goodness gracious, that's...
A Koban?
What on earth? A Hoei era one at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant the day in question, is it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath meat? What a ridiculous question! How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it. I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin underneath the meat. That could have just been a careless mistake by the chef at the moment of distraction.
Objection!
Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen. A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of meat. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll whip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now. You were never actually a lawyer to begin with.
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it's you who's irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here? The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of the Koban is...
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be the antique dealer and the owner of Rasute, Kurio Kurikuta-san. Kuri? As in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Oh yes. The old man who testified over alongside the military sergeant, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
I'll dig for treasure. Indeed, the Hoei era Koban, my prized coin. Then this Hoei era Koban, do you mean to tell me?
Objection!
It's the same fucking one.
No. Why would Kurekuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and his plate? It makes no sense.
Yes!
Oh yes, he calls himself Mr. Cucumber. Funniest thing you've ever seen.
Which is why I'm asking to bring Kurekuta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Oh, sure. Bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a fucking stuffed, like, witness stand. Everyone's up here now.
I can't believe we come back around to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find out that it's a key element of the case.
Who would have thought a fucking coin would get us a not guilty verdict?
What's this about? Why have I been caught up again?
Don't you realize it's dinner time from little baby Ido? It's like 1 o'clock.
When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves. Exploited by the police, we were like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. And when cast from the courtroom myself, I became a rude man, a thrice a worthless, weathered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this Ryunosuke shop owner's existence. It doesn't make Kurekuta-san. Something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your versatile memory serves, have you ever seen this Koban? Whoa!
Oh my god.
Holy shit! Oh my god, he just got fucking stabbed in the foot. Look at that baby. He's like, holy shit! Yes, that's it. That's the one. The very one. The very exact that is one that it is. The resplendent, splendiferous, holy treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be. As I thought. Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool and put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in seasoned meat juice.
Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously?
Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. Somebody concealed my cool treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate?
Who would do such a thing? What's such an unconscionable thing?
Well, the guy next to you? Excuse me? Could I say something? Yes, of course.
Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga.
I mentioned this early on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Ah, yes, that's right, the secret undercover operation.
Le Carnival is a high-class cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the Police Bureau.
Wicked crimes indeed.
We want to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent undercover, is it?
Yes.
I took on the job of a waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. This place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Kurekuta-san's Koban is all too clear. What?
What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on the matter.
So, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Koda Kanta-san's Koban and hid it under the stake?
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be you. Isanosa? What? How dare you? You monster! Monster? I stole that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carval, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me, it was Ido. Ido was the mastermind behind this. He's blaming his fucking kid! Holy shit! Yo, my fucking god! Yo, he's really throwing his kid under the bus? His infant child? You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Noza. Is he gonna break down? Oh, Clippity, 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 clop, clippity, clop, clippity, clop, clippity, clop, ah! Nippon Imperial Army, Sergeant Isai Nosa, prepare to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. Do any of you know of the extraordinary low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe? I understand the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remain in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days I go there and do, reconnaissance for a target. And I enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time. Sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife or fork even, which is worryingly believable. And your target that day was the old man and his Koban. Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. A veritable phantom thief you are. I was all set to leave the steak I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Yes, when the professor was shot. I understand that reference, don't we all? Well, I can't believe this game is copying Persona 5. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. Ido too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could on the double. I slipped it under the stake, hoping that I'll be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. That's kind of sad. That's really sad. This is ridiculous. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time. Well, Miss Brett. Of course, dearie. Of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. Power Rangers. May the esteemed gentleman please be excused, Your Excellency. What is she? Seriously, what is this? It's like a random dude. The thief of the Koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant, who would absurdly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder. But it shows that wasn't the stake then. That was his stake. Do we fucking not context clues, bro? Context fucking clues? What? That establishes that it was his stake. Come on, y'all. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it? Well... And for the picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork? It's beyond nonsense, it's pure madness. Talk to the people. I'm trying to talk to these people. These people need help, man. They need fucking help. Very well, not all questions concerning this witness' testimony have been answered. I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. And a good day.
Wait, bitch. Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? There's no time for daydreaming. Oh, no, it's just... Something about Miss Brett's parting words got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. In that case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over.
Hold it!
Wait, Miss Brett! What is it now? I'm afraid just one last time. There's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like to explain the contradiction in your parting words just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Objection!
What new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you referring to, Ryunosuke? Hiding a coin in a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. And for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork? It's beyond nonsense, it's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. I'm going to need to see evidence, counsel.
Take that!
The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed? Yes, go on. More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. Now you're just splitting hairs! Not true. Doesn't something about this steak strike you as very unnatural? Unnatural? What on earth do you mean? It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett. Noticing what exactly, counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork. Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself. Then take a good look at the steak, in particular the edge where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks in there. Oh! Ah! It looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all.
Objection!
But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry and couldn't help her. Oh. She's about to fucking go down. Oh, whatever you say, dear lady. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice can't possibly wait any longer. Of course, it'll all be over in a blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place. Just leave everything. I've heard enough! You irritating little spectacled samurai relic! Yes, dear lady. What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? I fucking got that! Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks in the steak have for her. Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Yes. Now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in the steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutterly. The reason why the bloodstain I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day.
Got him. And except that these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us?
Everything, Your Excellency.
Everything?
Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson.
Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase typical Japanese empty threats.
Goddamn, girl, you and your racism. You need to calm down. How can you be so sure?
Oh, it's quite simple.
If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought up before the court yet.
Hasn't been what?
But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
It's absurd!
What evidence hasn't been brought forward? That can't be. I don't believe you have it. I don't, but there is someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case.
Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of defense in this trial.
Take that!
Damn, he's 29, by the way? That detective's 29. God damn. Thought he was older. He got some grays in his hair. The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga.
What? I have it?
Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence?
That's ridiculous.
No. I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on the steak with the teeth marks.
Yes?
Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoyed chomping my way through a good steak, as well as admitting to stealing Korikuta-san's coin that he had told us that he slipped under the steak.
You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer.
I don't get paid a ton. You know. Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the steak you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak?
Tension!
Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd been mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it. In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal.
Objection!
But that makes no sense. The plate was taken from the victim's table.
Objection!
Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her own steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin.
Of course I didn't. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire.
Well then,
how do you explain this paradox?
Exactly. Sure you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over? Well, you beat me to it.
You did switch the plates?
Well, after it happened, yeah, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. With military precision time, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table.
What? You can't have...
I never saw you do such a thing. It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you, so yes. I did what had to be done.
Unbelievable!
However, fear not, prosecutor-san.
What now?
I swore on the brass buttons of my uniform. That's all I did, sir.
You did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes!
So, if Sergeant knows to switch the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate on it was on the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Early in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve evidence you had taken both. Ah! Ooh. That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot.
Shut up!
What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold side of meat of a tough steak, it can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
Objection!
No, you're not wiggling your way out of this time, lady. I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Sure you remember the reason why the steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you, no? If you're the one who decided it was a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see the plate was confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. He thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate on that table, directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear spotting of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defense memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from Miss Brett. Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the steak and the plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. Yes, sir. Sorry for keeping it. Oh, there it is! Here's the other steak in its plate. Please feel free to examine it. The blood stain. It's clearly visible, look!
Yes!
The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows at the moment the victim was shot. He was facing the table with his back to me. It's over, bitch! Ring the ref! Ding, ding, ding! In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim. Look! I kinda wanna order something to eat. It can't be. In fact, there's only one person who could have possibly shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right, Miss Giselle Brett. It's you. Oh, here we go, guys. Caw-caw! It's breakdown time. Breakdown time. How done by a Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No. No. No! Oh shit, it's only a fucking baby, bro. Oh, yo! Oh, look at the chickens! Oh, look at them! Look at them! Look at them little chickies all over the courtroom! Oh my god! That's such a cute detail! Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Britt, I think it's because time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time. Gladly, Your Excellency. What happened that day? It was I who took the professor's life using Curé. As you surmise, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water, because Curé is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only need to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water and it will all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Look at, he's so cute. Such a trifling matter, but the fact you decided to come over and greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of Curé in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt. What'd I fucking tell you guys? It's the skirt. Under your skirt? So I was right. There were two guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor, which place where you were sure I would notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun, as I intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, bang bang. That's when you shot the professor with your own gun, even though at that point he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which the point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor's chair around. Because, of course, you need to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he picked up the gun. But why did you kill him? So, there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. But why'd you kill him? Your Excellency? Yes? I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later? I shall. Why would you trust this bitch? I'm like, no. Thank you. Good day then, everyone. But why'd she kill him? I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. And she just disappears. It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution's in agreement?
This can't be. Takatsuchi Hauchi does not lose. Not to the likes of this rookie student.
You'd better start getting used to tough opposition.
Arg! Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yeah? This insult to the Aichi family name will never be forgotten.
Youth become conceited with age, counsel, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. My dude. That's assault. Asogi, I love you, but that's assault. 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Ayuchi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. And he's right with that. He's right with that. My man put a curse on him. My Asogi put a fucking curse on him. Because every time Pain goes up against Phoenix Wright, the man never wins. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summed at the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case. I thank you, Your Excellency. Use of evidence deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. There we go. After all, it's only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation, new procedures of justice. Yeah, this fucking level lasts fucking 5 hours, guys. What the fuck? Fuck so much for a fucking tutorial case. That is for the young to pursue. This new future, I guess. Kazuma Asogi. Yes. After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can, absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. I understand, Your Excellency. What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Never mind. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh yeah! In you, I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. Oh God. Ah, look at him, he's so cute! Oh, he's so cute, I love him. It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo not guilty. Woo! Confetti? Yeah, Sakura Blossoms! Woo! Look at that. He doesn't have an ass. So what am I talking about? This court's now adjourned. But why did she kill him? I don't understand that. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. Ryunosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you, pal. Thank you, Kazuma. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off. Congratulations to the both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. Ah, our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result, you know. Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much! If we hadn't had that research report, Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Speaking of Mikotoba, ah, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Oh, it's Dilf. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it was I who should be thanking you, after all. Your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson? Exactly. in those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together? I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now, besides. It's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, and in engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what happens. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on that the spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that's in my way. Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp that is already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Ah, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit, after all. She will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai. What? Shanghai? I don't think Kazuma's Larry's ancestor. I kind of want to look it up now, but I want to avoid spoilers. Giselle Brett will not appear in a court again in this country. I'm certain of that. What? But why not? It's a matter of conciliar jurisdiction. Oh, hey. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate... But what's all this about conciliar jurisdiction? Well, you cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then who? Who's going to bring her to justice? A British conciliar court will hear her case somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard. But why a conciliar court? Professor? I like how they slightly turn. Like, Professor? Like, Professor? Or Professor? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought conciliar courts were a thing of the past now that we signed the friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke conciliar court just like that. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify a government's making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan. I'm afraid that for the young students, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any change of comeuppance for her. I don't believe it. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case as a foreign student committing murder very seriously. But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil, this new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. Cough bullshit. You know, right? Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. But Professor, you're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating. Ryunosuke is not guilty, right? Let's start having some fun. In that case, might I suggest Le Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. You're Detective Hosonaga-san, aren't you? Let's not worry about details for now. To Le Carnival, will you accompany us, Professor? Why would I go to a place where I just, was, you know, accused of killing someone? I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Oh, I want you to come! No! Sasato! So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Kazuma? Yeah, Ryunosuke? I just wanted to say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today. I didn't do a thing! You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? The defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the lawyer, the best lawyer in the world. I'm not so sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during the trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, be serious! If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it, for being a defense lawyer, I mean. Oh no, not me! All that tense verbal combat? I never want to go through that ever again. I just did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean? That's the point. Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. Well, knowledge of the law is pretty vital. To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth, but you have the choice to make. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in court, you can really be backed into a corner, but being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in, then, well, that's not something anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your clients. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me. Well, you faced seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks, Kazuma. Just kiss you two. There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. It sounds serious. What is... Ah, you're still here, aren't you? Are you? Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go! Thank you. We'll be right there. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your stay to tour Great Britain, don't forget! Ah, yes, that too. God damn, bro! And the court, and the fucking... Damn, they're still talking. And so my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma. Professor Mikotoba. Sasato-san, who acted as my assistant. And you. Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still... Damn! It's all because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. God damn, bro! But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. God damn, bro, what the fuck? That was a fucking long case. Look at that. Oh my god. I was gonna say. So, Adventures of the Runaway Room. Adventures of the Clouded Kokoro. Of the Unspeakable Story. I'm kind of curious. Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Oh god. I kind of want to see what this one's about. I kind of do, though. I kind of want to see what it's about. Oh my god. Because I've been wanting to play this. What are the achievements, by the way, that I got? Let's see what it is. 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 Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Ooh.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time,
Oh, it's Watson
there came from
speaking.
the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible Speckled Band I had ever seen.
Okay. English people. Them and their fancy words and way to say things. Ah! Ah!
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery.
Tim!
In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor.
Let me kiss him!
Suddenly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
Shh. That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. An in-cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
Oh my god, it's fucking up.
British
Why is the
consultant
waiter
detective,
here?
Only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes. I presume
So pretty!
you must have heard of me.
Oh my god, my husbando. He's finally arrived! Ugh, my head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. I could smell it. Oh, God. Oh, no. Wait, I can't move. What the? Am I fucking being accused of a crime again? They turn the world's greatest detective into a himbo iron rolling. He's not dumb, okay? He's not dumb. Why am I in handcuffs? So, you awake now, Oh, the Russian accent. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe why you could not wake up. You are truly a cold-blooded man. You found me then. Duh, we found you, and now you pay. You criminal. How long have you been hiding in that tiny wardrobe, Sorry.
Now you have been found, it is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the sea is, hmm?
No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Susato, why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Susato? Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma?
You pretend you do not know? You are a wolf in the sheep's belt. You are the killer. Do not make excuses.
What?
No!
Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Here, in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. His body?
Please, do not try to tell us you will do this terrible thing in your sleep.
Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. Saw him on the floor in the cutscene. I was just hoping maybe he was just playing. And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please! No. No! Oh my god. Bro, again? Why? Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Will we get in trouble? Ah, ha, ha, ha. Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor, I thought I was gonna die. Yeah, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, and honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But you can find yourself to my cabin here. I don't expect anyone will discover you. Ugh, I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Sure, we can get fined on her, couldn't we? I don't believe she gave me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you better get in there, I think. It won't be long. Be for long. And compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'd be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying, I tell you what. Why don't you keep out or something on a piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at the sea for about 15 days. How could this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together.
We leave you at the next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer.
Oh, I'm not a murderer.
Duh, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes.
No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did throw away on the ship, but murdering my best friend?
No one else could have done it. Admit the truth.
Sato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask you, too. Ugh, those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Oh shit, bitch.